KTRS, our favorite small business guru, Jennifer Williams. She also owns St. Louis Closet Company. She joins us each and every month to talk a little small business. Good morning, Jennifer Williams.
Good morning, McGraw. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning.
I love this topic because we are all stuck in meetings where you want to pull out a revolver and just end it because nothing is being accomplished.
I hate meetings.
Yes.
I personally, you can ask anybody that works with me or knows me, I hate meetings because it is such a waste of time. When meetings are done right and there's a purpose, that's great. But unnecessary meetings can make people crazy. So I was reading up about this and I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. According to Entrepreneur Magazine, the average employee attends 62 meetings per month.
A month?
A month. Now, of course, this is going to include meetings with customers, right? Those are necessary if you're selling a product. Meetings with coworkers, meeting with your boss, meeting with your kid's school if you're on a board. But 62 meetings a month. Oh my gosh. Okay, so half of all those meetings, so 31 of those meetings are considered a waste of time. That means 31 hours on the minimum. You know, most meetings are, by the time you get ready, get to the meeting, wrap up, it's an hour. 31 hours a month of wasted, unproductive time. I mean, that is shocking to me.
It's unbelievable. I'm so glad somebody has actually numbers on this.
This is shocking. Okay, so, and then according to Forbes magazine, meetings are ranked as the #1 office productivity killer.
More than going down 25
Productivity
flights and
killer.
smoking a cigarette on the side of the street.
People don't like them. Nobody likes meetings. So why do we do them? Okay, so today I thought we could talk about how do we make meetings more effective, right? Because there are ways. First of all, there are some things you just have to meet about.
Some of them are necessary evils.
Some
you
of
have
them
to
are
meet.
necessary.
Yes.
But if you're gonna have a meeting, let's talk about how to make it a little bit more effective. Okay, my first tip is if you can accomplish what you want to accomplish over an email, office messaging system, or a memo, cancel a meeting. Right? That's my
Absolutely.
first tip about making your meetings more effective.
Good tip.
If you can disseminate the information clearly and effectively with a piece of paper and email, skip the meeting. But if you must have an actual meeting, okay, set a clear agenda. Have it typed up ahead of time. Get it to the people that are going to be attending the meeting. Make sure everybody has it in their hands prior to the meeting. And set your ground rules in this agenda. Tell people ahead of time, this meeting is going to be about A, B, and C. We have slotted 45 minutes for this meeting. Turn off or don't bring your cell phones to the meeting, right? Because there's nothing worse than being in a meeting with a bunch of people. Everybody's looking down, they're checking their text.
How can I text if I'm not?
You
if I bring my
can't.
cell
But
phone
what
in?
happens is people aren't paying attention
Right.
in the meeting
Holds up the
because
meeting.
they're doing their stuff, and then they turn around and they ask a question that was just answered.
Yes.
Okay, so have rules. Have rules. Make your people follow the rules. Second, do something different. Take your meeting outside. Schedule a meeting, even if it's with people you work with, schedule a meeting at a coffee shop or a restaurant, or just go outside and say, you know, we're going to walk around the block and talk while we walk.
I had a boss who wouldn't bring chairs into a meeting. You all had to stand.
Oh, I love that idea.
That's
I
a good
love that idea. That is excellent.
Right, because that way you're like, all right, hurry up. I'm tired. I want to sit.
I got rid of the guest chairs in my office because people would come in and sit down and they would never leave. So I just got rid of the guest chairs. Now people come in, they stand, they tell me what they need, and then they leave.
Right.
I don't want, we just are all so busy. We barely have time anymore. So all of this extra chit chat. Okay, keep meetings as short as possible. Always assign a meeting leader. And your meeting leader, if it's not you, if you're not good at cutting people off, it needs to be someone who's pretty direct. And once we've all been in a meeting where someone likes to hear themselves talk, right? At least one person. We've all been in that meeting and we're ready to
And if you haven't been in a meeting, you're the one who likes to talk too much.
Right. Okay. We don't want to all hear you talk. We really don't. We want to stick to the topic. We want to get down to business, get the information, and move on. So you have to have somebody who is willing to cut you off, cut someone off and say, thank you very much for, your contribution, but this is not what we're talking about. We're moving on.
Thank you very much. That's a stupid comment. Anyone else?
Right. But you have to have someone who's going to be strong. Keep your meeting on and say, I'm sorry, McGraw.
Right.
We have a time limit here. We have to keep going. And then finally, keep your meetings to smaller groups. We've all been in a meeting where the entire conference room is full of people and then there's standing room only in the back. And those meetings are the worst because, first of all, that's not a good way to disseminate information. I mean, if you're having a giant overall company meeting, like occasionally we'll get together with all of our installers. But what we do is we'll do it on the first Friday of the month. We buy everybody breakfast. We have them sit down. They're eating. They're getting ready to go out. And I'll say, okay, A, B, and C, this is what we need to work on. That's okay. But if you're having a real meeting with real information, keep it to a reasonable number of people. So, I mean, meetings we have to, in our busy world, figure out a way to get more time, right? We've talked about this over and over.
And 31 extra hours a week in wasted meeting time. 31 hours a month is a good
That's almost an entire week.
That's ridiculous. Here's a question. Are conference calls just as bad?
Well, I don't know. I've been on conference calls, and my problem is that I'll just keep doing my own stuff. Right? And then I'm not really,
so they're actually very productive.
very productive for me because you're tied to your desk. But we really, in today's world, with all of the technology available, obviously, if I'm selling you a closet, I need to meet with you. We need to look at your closet, measure it, talk to you about your needs. But every salesperson in the world that calls, guess what? They want to meet. So what I do is I always say, you know what? I am interested in your product. But send me your brochure, send me an email, tell me about it first. Give me the pricing. They don't ever want to do that.
Right.
But I just say, if you want me to consider it, send me all the information. I can go over the information on my time. And then if, as a business owner, I'm interested, then I'll call them and set the meeting. So that's really important. You have to control your own schedule. And people in my office know. I mean, we have one sales meeting a month, and I barely go to it. I mean, I just can't even. I'll be like, "Hi guys, thanks for coming." And other than that, we don't have meetings.
I ran into a vendor of yours who loves you. Your saw sharpener company.
Oh, WD Quinn.
WD Quinn could not be any nicer people.
Yes, we have been using them for 25 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they come every single week. They pick up our saw blades, they sharpen them for us, and then they bring them back.
Yeah.
WD Quinn Saw Company.
Yeah, super. And they were just gushing over St. Louis Closet Company.
Well, we've been a good customer for 25 years, but they're awesome.
Speaking of St. Louis Closet Company, what's going on? Anything we should know about?
Well, as you know, we just started celebrating our 25th year in business.
25th year.
Super exciting.
WD Quinn coming for 25 years every week.
It's just really, I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a testament to you and the family and everybody.
It makes me feel old. Can I brag about my son for just a
Yes,
second?
please do. Yes.
Okay, he just competed in a Future Business Leader of America competition, and he came in first place in the district championships for entrepreneurship.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
Nice.
He gets to compete now at state level.
Really?
Basically, they give him a written test. They take a test. After the test is over, if you qualify, you go in front of a panel of judges, and they give you a scenario that a small business or an entrepreneur may come up with.
Right.
And they have 20 minutes to come up with a solution. They go and they present in front of a panel of judges. And out of 8 schools area-wide, he placed first.
I would expect nothing less from the young man.
I know.
Absolutely.
StLouisClosetCo.com, StLouisClosetCo.com, 314-781-9000. Their world headquarters is on Big Bend. Go check them out. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we won't have a meeting next time.
No meetings.
No meetings.
No meetings.
No meetings. Bring your cell phone there. All right, we've got more music coming up after ABC News at the top of the hour. And then we've got a gentleman who wrote a book about the NCAA. Not the NAACP.
You know what? People get that mixed up.
The NCAA. He wrote a book about the NCAA, and it's it's getting a lot of attention about how these players are being abused while making millions and billions for everybody else. So we'll talk about that coming up next hour. It is 8:58, Big 550, KTRS.